It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Today we're going to be talking about some more Meg Thee Stallion news. For some of y'all, you might be tired of it. Others, hey, welcome to the party. It's just getting started. Megan Thee Stallion has an entire rollout. We saw her on Good Morning America talking about her new album on the way, talking about new tour on the way, first headlining tour of her career. Some people tried to correct me about that the other day. She's been on the road. She's definitely toured, but first official tour coming, Hot Girl Summer Tour at that. So it still seems like she's taking digs at Nicki Minaj due to their Hot Girl Summer collaboration. She really sticking it to this lady, man. But outside of that, we've got a couple people that are basically questioning the authenticity of Megan Thee Stallion, her story, everything with Tory Lanez. They're also questioning, the story about Megan's mother's grave being potentially desecrated and barbs out there that were putting the address out, people doxing Megan. Number one, that's Wack100 and Joe Budden specifically. We got to say their names. Now, I don't really do a lot of Wack100 content. I don't really post about a lot of street politics. That's not my lane. I try to stay out of that because people in that sector, they like to tussle. They like to go back and forth. They like to scream at the camera. You know what I'm saying? They try to call on to their people. I ain't with none of that. You know what I'm saying? The colors I wear is just off of, you see, I got red and blue. I'm neutral and white. Okay? I am not beholden to anyone's street fraternity. Please leave me alone, but I'm going to express my opinion. All right? So, number one, we're going to address Wack100's claims. He says that there's an Asian lady out there in the world somewhere in the mist that actually followed Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Kelsey in that car on that doomed night where Megan Thee Stallion was allegedly shot. I'm just going to say allegedly. We know she was shot, but there's people that's questioning it. Tory's in jail for it, so clearly something had to happen. But Wack100 does not believe that that's the case. Why does anyone care what Wack100 believes? Your fucking guess is as good as mine. But people keep asking him to come on podcasts, Adam22. People keep talking to him on Clubhouse and different outlets. He's now uploading video online, just having so many conversations. I don't know what his personal vendetta is against Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even know what his connection is with Tory Lanez, because when all of this happened, street niggas in California was basically saying, before this incident with Megan even happened, niggas confronted him on some rah-rah shit on the way to the party that he was going to. He backed down, but then he became irate and of course shot a woman. So I don't know what Wack's connection is with this guy, but he's been trying to uphold this man's honor for quite some time. Let's get into what he had to say first, and then we'll get into what Joe said next. All right? And remember, I'm just playing it. I'm just talking about it, just reporting. I don't agree with these niggas. Y'all will come to understand that.
When the video come out that the DA tried to suppress, that my legal is now involved in,
You're legal.
there will not be a no more Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, shit.
Clip that shit.
The appeal is coming. When the video comes out from the little Asian girl that followed them from the time they saw him arguing in the car, that the DA tried to suppress and threaten their family with all kind of other shit, shout out to the private investigators. I want to see what the Meg Thee Stallion fans are going to say then. I want to see, are y'all going to counsel her for lying and putting that black man in jail? We're going to see.
I mean, if she's lying and she
Okay,
did do that, she needs to go to jail.
Okay, and then you saw people chiming in. I'm guessing that's from Clubhouse. They say if she's lying, she deserves to go to jail, right? Now, I don't know who this little Asian lady is, right? Don't know what her motivation was to follow them throughout the entire city of wherever they were going. But you know, clout chasers, there's no shortage of them out there in the world these days, man. Everybody's looking for something. You know what I mean? Street dreams are made of these, or sweet dreams, depending on where you come from. Who am I to disagree? You feel me? God damn. Now, what confused me the most is that Wack100, I believe, said his legal team is in on this. I'm trying to understand why you would involve your personal team. You're investing money into this, into discrediting this woman's story. That's a lot for somebody who's not connected to it. You weren't managing Tory Lanez. I wouldn't be surprised if Tory had songs with Game or something like that, or I don't know what their connection is. But it just seems odd to me personally, just from my perspective. But he did bring up a point that says if this is indeed confirmed, his story and whatever's going on that camera from the little Asian lady, sounds racist to even say that, but whatever. What happens to Megan Thee Stallion if everyone has now embraced her story, understood her story? She's having this comeback redemption tour. Everybody's on her side. She's got the #1 song on iTunes right now. She's about to hit the #1. I think she just hit the #1 on Billboard or something like that. All the things are upswinging for her. She's got Nicki Minaj flipping out. Nicki been online for 5 or 6 straight days going at this girl relentlessly. Anyone who would open ear to listen her, anyone that would open their ear to listen to her, she's been trying to make sure to get her shit off, right? But if Wack and his team somehow expose some sort of footage that can let us know that what we think happened that night never happened, that there's more to the story, that there's some sort of elaborate plan in which she deliberately got him locked up, what do we do with that information if that happens? I'm not saying when, just if. Does she get canceled? Does the label drop her? Does that hurt her cachet in the industry? Does everyone turn their back? I don't know. Someone else who doesn't seem to believe everything that Megan Thee Stallion has going on is Joe Budden. He's alleging, right, that threats to Megan Thee Stallion's mother's gravesite weren't real and was a part of a PR move from her team. That's some wild allegations. That is some... Let's hear it, man. Goddamn.
And I'm shutting the fuck up on this.
No, go ahead.
This is another reason that I'm not mad at the lying on your dead mama line. I believe that is a Meg publicist somewhere pushing these stories about upping the security at my grave, and people are coming here to sabotage it. I think that's a real nasty PR trick. I think that is real nasty.
How do you know? How do you know when something's a PR trick versus when it's not?
All these years of experience, Jameson. I can see through the publicist stories like glass. That was an ill sympathy. Yeah, that was an ill counter.
I don't think that.
That was Rock Nation.
That was you, good girl. You set that up, during.
Something else too, and I'm shutting the fuck up on this.
No. Go ahead.
So, I think Joe is definitely drawing a line in the sand here. It took years upon years for Jay-Z to actually say this man's name. When he got inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame or something like that, he shouted Joe Budden out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Along with so many other MCs, lyricists that put their work in over the years. I would never discredit his work as an artist or as a podcaster, to be honest. But now we're getting into some weird territory. He's going over and beyond with his connection to the Barbs and Nicki Minaj, to where he now believes that the gravesite of this woman's mother, they would use it as a PR stunt to make it seem like there was some sort of danger. I don't understand how you could think that when there's people actively online that were trying to find the gravesite, talking about going and doing things to the gravesite. But if you follow along with Nicki Minaj's allegations, she believes that Rock Nation and whoever's backing Meg are paying people $250 to say disparaging things or spread rumors or spread falsehoods on the internet. I don't know what proof they have to stand on when it comes to those allegations, but it seems that Joe has been swept up into the propaganda, which I don't recall seeing another time where Joe was used as a pawn like this for anybody else. Even when it came to Diddy and the stuff that he had going on, he preferred not to speak on the situation rather than to spew his own theories. But when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion, he keeps finding himself in troublesome territory where he says one thing ends up apologizing. A couple months later, says one thing, ends up apologizing, right? Tries to make nice with her. You know, he liked the Cobra song. They played it about 50 times on the Joe Budden podcast when it dropped. That was like his ceasefire, right? Throwing the white towel. Hey, this shit is a bop. We fucking with it. Hey, I know you don't like me, but hey, I gotta give you your props. Now we have this beef with Nicki Minaj, Full Throttle, and Joe might as well put on a fucking pink wig at this point. I'm not questioning his sexuality. I'm not one of those people, but you might as well throw on a pink wig and go ahead and make your way to Gag City, my nigga. Straight up and down, that's where we at with it. Now, if any of this were to be proven true, I would come out and say, hey, y'all rocking. Y'all cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? But I could have swore, what was it, Lovelyti? She just got under some hot fire because one of her interns or her bloggers posted this information saying that somebody put out Nicki Minaj's father's gravesite and they blamed it on Barty Gang. And come to find out, it was actually a Barb with a Cardi B avatar on Twitter that put this information out there. So basically, Nicki Minaj's father was doxxed by her own fans for some odd reason. This is why people look at this situation like Nicki is unhinged. People look at her fans like they're unhinged. And this is why she doesn't really get a lot of wiggle room for people to believe her, because number one, it's like the girl that cried wolf. And number two, there's just so many inconsistencies that come about, even in the stories that get told, the rumors. She hasn't given us a full-fledged description of what her issue is with Roc Nation. She told Joe Budden that she's going to do a sit-down, a more developed sit-down with him where she could get to all the shits. But who knows how long it's going to take before they actually have that. She's supposed to have a tour that's jumping off. So you would think she would be getting her lyrics right, because last time I checked, there was a teleprompter on one of her stages where she was reading shit off the page and not doing a great job at it. There's barbs over here that say I'm clearly biased and I'm Team Megan. I think you would be greatly surprised to understand I don't have a lot of Megan Thee Stallion songs on my playlist. I think you would be greatly surprised to understand my lady used to play a lot of Megan Thee Stallion when we first met, and I was not here for that shit. Like, yo, what the fuck is this thought ass music? Why are we, what's going on? Why are we doing this? Right? So let's not act like I have a love affair with Miss Megan Pete, okay? I'm just here to spread my perspective. I mean, you came to the J Nolan channel, whether you knew me, whether you subconsciously clicked on it just because you seen the topic, you wanted to engage with it. Hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm going to evaluate things with my two eyes, my two ears. If the shit don't look right to me, if it don't sound right to me, I'm going to spew it. And if there is some sort of correction, I'm not above it. The other day, people corrected me in the comments talking about how Megan was shot in both feet. I said that she was only shot in one. A couple people tried to come at my neck. I had one homie that came in and was like, hey, I don't mean to try to debunk what you're saying, but she said it herself. She was shot in both feet. I said it down in the comments. I appreciate the correction. I don't purport myself to be all-knowing. I am not God himself. I would never say that. All I'm saying is, based on my perception of things, I'm going to voice my opinion. There's a lot of people out there that are much more biased on whatever side that you would look from. There's a lot of people out there that you would think are on the payroll for some of these artists, whether it be Nicki or Megan. To be honest, I'm not neither. My loyalty is to my motherfucking household and my family, but I do wish Megan all the best because the information that I've been presented with shows that she's been a victim in multiple ways, whether it be being assaulted with a gun, right? Shot in the feet. Even if she didn't get shot and it was glass broken, if there was a bullet, a projectile that was fired at her, she's a victim. Yeah, I don't know how people don't understand that. Nicki Minaj has been aggressive with this girl ever since she did a collaboration with Cardi B. That's been ongoing. She never actually incited any beef with Nicki Minaj. We've seen this happen with so many others. We saw the thing with Lotto, right? Lotto hit Nicki in the DMs and was like, hey, what's going on? I keep hearing things about you talking about me. Y'all people just zoom past that stuff. Y'all want to call her goddamn Frappuccino, but the flavor is there. When it comes to the Cardi B beef, everything seemed cool. There's old video footage of Cardi saying they had an opportunity to speak before Motorsport. Everything was cool. But then when the lyric exchange went funny and Cardi was like, hey, I don't like that line. Could you change that line? You're not my coach, right? Nicki took offense to it, laid a new verse, and they've been going at it ever since. They don't like each other. So in what instance has it not been on Nicki? I'm not here to try to throw her under the bus. I'm not here on a smear campaign. I didn't get no $250 for no tweets or no content creation. I might have accepted it if they did. But you best believe I wouldn't report about it if I was. I'm just fucking with y'all, man. But at this point, I don't really have anything else to share. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Let me know if you believe Wack. I'm quite sure you don't. Do you side with Joe Budden? Do you think that, this whole ordeal of Megan Thee Stallion could come crumbling down from this little Asian lady with the camera? I'll engage with y'all down below in the comments. I'm about to sign out. And of course, every video ends with my song, Let's Get It. If you like it, you could get it on any streaming platform. It is live and available for you. I have an album out called Southside Nolan, which that song comes from. Be sure to run those streams up, or you could purchase it directly from me on my website, the entire album. Whatever it is, I'm here for y'all, man. Once again, y'all have a great day. Much love and respect. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some battery. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.